for practicing. All right, and do you see Emily?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, so now when I move the tool up and down, I'm changing the uncut chip thickness. When I move the tool this way, this velocity that I'm moving the tool, that's actually the surface speed. That's the speed that the cutting tool is moving through the workpiece material. Now, normally we get that surface speed by rotating the workpiece. But since we're doing what right now, the cutting operation we're doing is really like a planing operation. It's the surface speed equals the feed rate. So the feed rate is going across here, the surface speed equals that. Normally the surface speed comes from the rotation of the tool, so don't forget that. All right, so we've got our workpiece, we've got our fixture. I know that this fixture may be a little bit not quite good enough to hold the workpiece, so I'm going to apply a little bit of extra fixturing force with my finger, and then we're going to slowly take a chip across the top of the workpiece here. And you can see the chip form on the edge of the workpiece and flow up the rake face. Emily, could you take care of that chip for me? Okay. Now, I'll do it again. You will slowly make a chip across the top of the workpiece. And so at that time I had a little bit more down pressure. My uncut chip thickness was changing over time there, I think. We'll try one more time here. You make the chip across the top of the workpiece. Once more. Be careful, the cutting tool's sharp. Now, you guys can do this experiment at home too, and you might have a little fun doing it. You can try some different parameters. Emily, give me a butter knife. And so if you haven't figured it out yet, the workpiece is actually butter. Now this is kind of nice butter. This is grass fed. It's actually very delicious butter. But we could, and so if we change the angle of the knife here, we're changing the rake angle as we come across here. So I've got a rake angle of 0 right now. If I wanted to have a slightly positive rake angle, I can put the knife like this. And I'm using the back of the butter knife because the edge is flat. And you could use a steak knife, and then you change. So if you use the steak knife, you'd change the W factor, right? And so I've got a positive rake angle here. I've got my chip forming and sliding on the rake face of the tool. So we can do that with a negative rake angle. And if you alternate between that positive rake angle and negative rake angle, you'll notice that it takes different amounts of cutting force, both to hold the tool down, so that's our thrust force, and the cutting force, the force of pulling it this way. Let's see what else. You may want to have toast or a bagel handy if you don't like to just eat butter. But hey, butter makes everything better. And in this time of amazing weirdness, I do think that we need to have our comfort foods whenever we can. And so with that, I will leave you until tomorrow. Tomorrow again, we'll pick up at uncut chip thickness, and then we'll quickly get into force transformations, and then move on to fixturing, cutting forces, and say hi to the little. So this is a white squirrel.
It's the panda face.
You've met Sir Panda Face before.
This is Snowflake. I got him before. And this is Snowflake's older brother. His name is Avalanche.
Avalanche. So Snowflake, Avalanche, and Sir Panda Face. And with that, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
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 Thank you.